Okay, so we're going to take a look here. Okay, we're going to take a look and we're going to write the ratio as a fraction in simplest form with whole numbers in the numerator and denominator. So they're giving us the ratio 4.5 hours to 6.3 hours. And they gave it to us using the colon, okay? I want to rewrite it so it's in a fraction. So we're going to write this as 4.5 hours over 6.3 hours. So that's how we're going to start that. So we're going to take it, instead of with a colon, we're going to write it as a fraction. And the reason that I want to write it as a fraction, because if I take a look, and I always have you guys look at a junk column, and I'm going to go ahead and do this so that you don't have to mess up your work here. I'm going to just ask you, and think about it. If I said 2 over 2, that would equal 1. Do you understand that? 2 over 2 equals 1. Likewise, 1.5 over 1.5 is going to still equal 1. Anything divided by itself is going to equal 1. So if I said, I'm going to get rid of this right now, if I said, what do you think hours over hours would be, it would end up being 1. It would just simplify out. It would go away. And that's actually what we want to have happen with this problem. Because if I have 4.5 hours over 6.3 hours, what ends up happening is the hours will simplify out, so they go away. And that's one step in the right direction. So that, that makes us happy. Now I'm going to take a look at these two, the numerator and denominator. Notice they said write it as a fraction. We did that. In simplest form with whole numbers in the numerator and denominator. 4 is a whole number, but it's got 6.3 has a whole number 6, but it's got a 0.3 after it. Now, we've been learning in class that we have a base 10 number system. And I have that on your little green card with your place value system. Every time you move your decimal one place value, okay, if you have to move it one place value, you are multiplying it by a power of 10. If I'm only going to have to move this one place value, so now this becomes 45, and one place value, so this becomes 63, I am actually multiplying just by 10. So let's do this. Let's put our big parenthesis, and let's multiply by 10 over 10. And now think about it. If I have 4.5 and I multiply it by 10, it's getting one place value bigger. One place value bigger. So now I have 45. If I take 6.3 and multiply it by 10, now I'm going to be at 63. Now I'm one step in the right direction because I do have a fraction because I have a numerator and a denominator. I have whole numbers because I multiplied the numerator by 10 and the denominator by 10. And what property tells me I can multiply or divide any value by 1 and keep its value, the identity property. So now I have 45 over 63. So I'm going to, whoa, don't want to do that. We just want to move it, okay? We're going to move it over here. Now they want us to get this in simplest form. So now we need to get this in simplest form. So let's take a look. 45 and 63. Now this is where some of you get a little mixed up because you don't know all of your multiplication facts. If you look at 45 and 63, we just learned how to figure out if you can divide a number by 2. Well, neither one of these are even numbers. They don't end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So they are not even. They are not divisible by 2. But now let's go ahead and think about the 3's. when we talked about the threes, we said we would look at the numbers, at the digits, and if you find the sum of the digits, 4 plus 5 is going to equal 9, then that means 45 is divisible by 9. Look at this, 6 plus 3 is also 9. So that means that both of those numbers can be divided by 9. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to divide the numerator by 9, the denominator by 9, because if you look, 9 over 9 has a value of 1. We can divide or multiply any value by 1 and keep its value. Identity property. So now we're going to do our division. 45 divided by 9 is going to equal 5. And 63 divided by 9 is going to give us 7. 5 sevens would end up being your answer.